All the homies, they know what I mean. Baby, let me show you how I lean. Like a cholo. Laid back, bouncing the cut.
What is up, guys? This is Homiehomemaker. Today we'll be doing the Pinterest DIY string art plaque tutorial. First thing we'll need is a plaque. This one's about 1/2 inch thick. I found it at Walmart for under $5. You could also use a piece of plywood if you'd like. You can go as small as 1/4 inch. Alright, next we'll need some black acrylic paint so we can paint the base. And this is totally optional. If you want to use a separate color for the trim, you can use red or another color, or you could just use the black that you've already used. And next we need a sponge applicator, sponge brush or paintbrush, whatever, it doesn't matter. And some stainless steel 3/4 inch 18 gauge nails. Find these for Walmart under $1. And some crochet thread, size 1, and I chose the perfect red color, literally. Alright, I found this wooden cutout at Walmart for about $1 or so, and I'm gonna use that as my stencil. We're also gonna use a hammer. A small hammer would be perfect for this job. And some needle nose pliers to hold those nails in place while you hammer them down. And a pencil. I'm using a colored pencil because I couldn't find a regular pencil. But let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we'll go ahead and start painting the base. There's no real technique needed. Just paint it until it's completely black. There you go, just like that. If you choose to color the sides, you can do that. But we're going to put it out to dry. Once it's dried, I'm going to take this wood cutout that I found at Walmart and I'm going to trace it. And I want to make sure it's centered. I'm not doing any specific measurements. You can if you like, but I like shooting from the hip. And you don't have to use something like this. You can use you can get stencils online that you can print out. You can cut out on like cardstock, and you can use that as your stencil. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now we can nail this sucker. Alright, we're going to use our needle nose pliers to hold our nail in place. And I'm going to start from the middle. I like starting from the middle because once you do the outside, it's hard, very, very hard to do the inside. And if you do the inside first, like the O and inside the V and the E, and in between there where the letters touch, it makes it go a lot smoother. But we're gonna go ahead and nail in these couple of nails right here. Just nail them how you see fit. You're gonna be running thread back and forth between the nails, so make sure they're not too close. I would say maybe about 1/4 inch apart, or more if you'd like, depending on how big your stencil is or how big your project is. And you can nail them in about 1/3 of the way in. I recommend that you do that. Any further than that, it's way too much and it's going to be too close to the board. Alright, if you can see here, I did a little bit of the outside and I'm almost done with the inside of the O. I can't stress enough how important it is to do the inside, like the E, the V, and the O. If you do not do that first, you will have a hard time trying to get in there with needle nose pliers, and it's really going to be very frustrating. Trust me, I know this from experience. So just make sure you do the inside of this project first. And again, we're doing 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever you see fit, the spacing between the nails. Alright, as you can see, I did the inside of the E and the V, and we're going to go ahead and continue the outside. Alright, it's starting to look pretty good. It's starting to take shape. And if you notice that some of your nails are a little crooked or a little offset, you can straighten them out with the needle nose pliers or your thumb. If they come loose, just nail them back in. It's no problem. Alright, it looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and take our crochet thread and we're going to tie a quick slip knot. Once we get that slip knot tied, we'll cut off the excess and then we'll go ahead and put that sucker on the nail. Alright, now that we have the slip knot ready, we're going to put it on the bottom left. Just like that. I like to start from left to right, so we're going to do it this way, and then we'll go from bottom to top, and we'll wrap the crochet thread around the head of the nail. And just keep wrapping it all the way until you come all the way back full circle. As you're wrapping this thread around, make sure you are keeping the line taut. You don't want the thread to get loose and it come undone. Alright, now that we've come completely around, you notice that I didn't do the insides yet. We will get to those in due time. Alright, what I'm doing here is I'm moving the thread maybe about halfway down on the nails. And the reason I'm doing that is so that way when we get to working with the thread later on, it does not bunch up at the top. As you can see there, I'm showing you how far down I move the thread. As long as you have some working space on top of that nail, you'll be fine. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get my thread ready. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start interweaving them back and forth, kind of like a spider's web. Alright, now that we made it to the top, we're going to come back down and we're going to weave all the way back to the bottom. But they're going to be a little bit longer weaves instead of the short, small weaves that you did on the way up. Alright, we've come up to the point where we need to do the inside of the O. So we're going to go ahead and come up to the O and start wrapping that thread around the head of the nails. Alright, now that we made it back to the starting point of where we started wrapping the head of the nails with the thread, we're going to go ahead and start weaving. Alright, we're pretty much almost done with this this part right here. We're going to have to go ahead and back weave so that way we can make it look a little bit more full. But at this point, you're probably noticing that your thread is starting to knot up, and that's all right. It's happened to me, I think maybe about 4 times when I was doing this. So all you have to do is just get a rubber band and just wrap it around the ball of thread. And once it's on there, you can pick up the ball and just let it spin. And when it spins, it should undo all the knots. If it doesn't undo all the knots, or if it doesn't undo the knots at all, you will have to untie the knots. It is possible. Trust me, it's just going to take time. If you don't have time and you don't have the patience for that, what you can do is you can cut out the knots, and then just take the two tag ends and tie them in a square knot, and just cut off the little excess pieces, and you can continue. Alright, we made it up to the E, and we're going to do the inside of the E just like we did the inside of the O. And once we get done with that, we're going to continue and finish this thing off. Alright, now that we've got all that done, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the thread just like we did it in the beginning around the tops of the nails. And we're going to do that all the way around. And when we get up to the O and to the inside of the E, we will do those as well. Alright, now that we made it all the way around and we got the insides of the O and the E wrapped up, we're going to go ahead and shove this end right down the side of the nail where we stopped. Alright, and once we get that down in there, we're going to go ahead and pull it out. Alright, now that we have run this piece of thread through the bottom, we're going to go ahead and show you where we're going to tie it. It's going to be right there. You see where that thread's coming out? We're going to wrap it around that nail on the bottom. You can use a toothpick or a bamboo skewer like I'm using here to retrieve that piece of thread once you wrap it around that nail, or your needle nose pliers. And now that you see this loop that we have right here, we're going to run that thread through that loop, and we'll probably do it a couple of times. You can go ahead and cut off that end once you get it done. You can make more than one knots on here if you like to secure it better. And if you'd like, also you could put a little bit of glue, crazy glue, or even nail polish to hold that knot. Alright, that looks pretty good. All that's left is just to paint the trim. Alright, we're almost done. And if you want to hang up this plaque, you can use a picture frame kit, and you can also use ribbon that you can hot glue or tack to the back of the plaque and hang it off a nail on your wall. As always, thanks for watching, guys. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up by hitting that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.